Welcome to Calling Shenanigans, where I test out trending projects that look too good to be true and test them out for you and let you know if they really work. Since Father's Day is coming up, I had to pick a bacon-inspired pin. So I went all over Pinterest and I found one that has tons of repins and I really want to try, and it's where you take a strip of bacon and you cook it and then you cover it in pancake batter and cook that. So it's like a pancake bacon thing strip that you dip into syrup and eat, which sounds good in theory but also a little weird, so I'm really interested to see if it works. So let's get started. If you're like me and don't make pancakes from scratch, you're going to need some pancake mix and then just some regular bacon. After preheating your oven to 400 degrees, you're going to take a baking sheet, one that preferably has edges so that the grease doesn't fall off when you're cooking it, and then lay all of your bacon flat onto the baking sheet. Put it in the oven and then set a timer for 8 minutes. While the bacon's cooking, follow the directions on your box to make your pancake batter. Mine just required water, so it was very easy. When your timer goes off around the 8-minute mark, check on your bacon. If it isn't as crispy as you'd like, leave it in a little longer, but it should be pretty close to done. What I like to do is separate the bacon in between a couple sheets of paper towels just to let all of the grease kind of dry off, and I let it cool down for a little while. This next part is optional, but if you have a batter dispenser, I would suggest using it because it'll make it a little bit easier to make the pancakes in the shape that you want. I'll put a link below to the batter dispenser similar to the one I used because it does make it a little bit easier to control when you're pouring it onto the skillet. So now you're going to make strips of batter, in the shape of bacon. I would suggest not getting too crazy and stick with only doing 2 or 3 the first time because you want enough room to be able to flip them. So I made that mistake the first time by putting too many too close together. So after you put the first layer of batter down, you'll set your crispy bacon in the center and then cover it with another layer of batter. Now, when you're doing this, be careful not to put too much batter because you don't want it not to cook all the way through. So once you finish putting that second layer of batter on top of the pancake, very cautiously flip it. Now this part was a little bit difficult. It took me a little while to get it down. You can see a few little mishaps, but for the most part they ended up staying together better than I thought they would. So then let it cook on the other side, and once you see both sides are golden brown, then you're all finished. Okay, so our bacon pancake dippers are all done. They weren't as hard to make as I thought they were going to be, but I'm still really interested what they're going to taste like. I added a little cup of syrup, so let's get to dipping. I'm gonna give one, here you go. Give one to Steven to try out. I'll try out the other one. Let's see how it goes. Okay. Weird. I want to know if it's gonna be crispy still inside. It tastes like bacon inside of a pancake, which is shocking. How do you feel about it?
I don't know.
Any other insights?
It's kind of weird.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. But literally, if you took 2 pancakes and put them on top of each other with a piece of bacon in between, that's what this would taste like. So, I don't know why I'm surprised that it tastes weird.
It's like a bacon pancake sandwich.
I actually don't mind it. Because I like it because it still is kind of crispy. It's not like crispy, but it's still like harder inside.
The bacon was way crispier before.
Oh, it was way crispier. It was cooked perfectly. But he's just gonna stick with the bacon. But I do like it. I'll give it like a, 6, 7 out of 10. I mean, I guess what was I expecting? I mean, couldn't be much more different than the way it turned out. But it's definitely a fun way to serve your bacon in the morning. So if you test it out, let me know what you think and if you think it tastes good. And as always, comment below with anything you want me to try, and join me next week for We're Calling Shenanigans. If you enjoyed my video, be sure to hit the little like button at the bottom of your screen and subscribe for more shenanigans.